Hi everybody, here we are on the Rat's Nest Cave Tour, which is a 2.5 to 4 hour tour out of Canmore. This is a little town not far from Calgary, for those who don't know. What they do is they meet you in Canmore and they'll drive you over here and you start walking up this trail. Now, for those of you who follow me on YouTube, only 2 weeks ago I was in Toboga in Panama. My God, that was a very tiring tour, so I hope this isn't as bad. Mind you, we're in a colder climate, so it shouldn't be as draining on me, so that'd be a good thing. Now, the cave is up that way. Look up that way in the mountain there, so we're there roughly over there, okay? Now, apparently this cave was discovered in 1972. It became a historic site in 1987, has been open for tourists since 1992. Apparently you've seen a lot of animals that have actually died. We'll see some animal bones, and you might see some stalactites and stalagmites and other fun adventurous things when we get there. So when we get there, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here we are on the next part of the Rat's Nest Cave Tour. Now, it's been tiring, but I managed to handle it. I'm about 75% of the way there. That's not bad, but right now we're at a little bit of a canyon. Look down there. Pretty nice down there, hey? Okay, now here's where we're heading up here. Don't slip too much. Another little canyon up there, and you can see there are ropes to help us get through. Okay, so when we get to the next spot, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here we are. Whew, we made it to the top. It was very tiring. Now you can see this is the entrance to the cave right there. Look at it right there. And look how much of the surrounding rock around it there. Look at that. Whew. Very nice. Now, we're going to go in through that little gate there, up to a depth of maybe 55 meters down. And then it's about 2.5 hours in the cave, seeing all kinds of fun sights. Now we have to have these helmets on to protect us from either falls, or of course we need to have a light as well. Okay, so when we get in there, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here we are at the entrance to the cave. Now, it's a bushy-tailed wood rat is the one rat that lives in here. Now look at the nest, you can actually see it there. And that's why they call it the Rat's Nest Cave. Now, look right here, this part right here, there's a little pit down there. I'll turn my light on so you can see a little better. There's like a little pit where a lot of animals came and fell and met their death. Right, there were 37 different species of bones that are found down that way there. Okay, now we're heading down to the wild side of the cave soon. For now, we'll have to slide down the rope. When we get there, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here's the part where we take the rope and slide down. So let's see what happens here. Oh, no big deal. Here you go. Slide all the way down, and they got safety procedures in place at all times, and don't hook yourself. There you go. Hi everybody, here we are in the next part of the cave, and as I mentioned, there were 37 different species of animals that died in here. Here's a whole bunch of the bones right here. Now, this they were saying is the pelvic bone of a bighorn sheep. Some of them were bigger animals, this is one of them. And this one they say was the femur of a bison, which they think was hunted, because if you look closely at it right here, they say there were some tool marks somewhere in here and back here. So they think this was one that was hunted and was brought down by the bushy-tailed wood rats. Okay, so eventually a lot of them they collected right here. Now, if you look at some of the cave right now, look at some of the roof right there. Look at some of that. So yeah, that's one of those limestone caves, as is the case with most caves. Okay, so when we get to the next spot, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here we're at the next part of the tour. Now, here we are further into the cave. Now, for those of you following me on YouTube, you remember a couple of years ago in Iceland I did the Leather one. That was a lava tube. Same kind of thing, you had to go through these very narrow parts of the cave where you had to wear these little overalls. It was pretty tight. If you look back there, that's where we came up from over there. There was one part of the roof. It was pretty tight to get through, but I managed to make it through. Now, the whole cave system used to be like an underground river, and it was basically, I guess, just a drainage system. But after the river drained and it's no longer there, that's when stalactites formed. So that's essentially what's happened in this cave. Now, if you look up there, way at the top of the roof there, that's where the big drop is that I might have mentioned earlier. Apparently, if you want to go on the Greater Adventure Tour, they'll take a rappel and go down that drop right there, but I'm not quite as adventurous as that. Okay, so that's that part. When we get to the next part, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here we are on the next part of the tour, and I said there's a lot of places we have to do these tight holes. Here's one such hole right now. Here we go. Pretty tight down here. Okay, we'll see you soon. Hi everybody, here we are at the next part of the cave tour. And as you can see above me here, we got some of this really interesting white formation on the rocks there. That's known as moon milk. Now apparently what happens is the bacteria eats away the sulfur in the rocks, and what happens is the bacteria leaves these magnesium-rich deposits behind, which that alone leaves the white color there. So that's what's happening here is you have these magnesium-rich deposits known as moon milk, and that's that part of the tour. Everybody, here we are at the next part of the tour. And as I said, there are parts of the cave which are pretty narrow. Look at this one right here. It's pretty narrow as it is right here. Look where I just came from. Okay, now look where we're heading right now. See, it's kind of, as you can see, the other people on tour right there. Everybody, here we are in the next part of the tour. Now you can see right now we have some stalactites and stalagmite combinations right. Look at these right here. Some beautiful stalagmites right there. And then right over there you see a column there. That is called the bacon strip because I guess it looks like bacon. Now what happened was we had a stalactite which came down from the ceiling, and at the same time there was a stalagmite coming from the ground, and they actually connected to form a column. Now such an event is not all that unusual in caves. Now what I'm told is this is around 60,000 years old, and supposedly people were vandalizing these before, so they've actually put a lock on the gate because of it. They want to protect these, and rightfully so. This is pretty beautiful. Now for some of these, what I'm told is that it takes 100 years for these to grow down from the ceiling about a centimeter. So look at these ones right here. Maybe these are about 100 years old or so. And when we get to the next part, we'll talk then. Hi everybody, here we are at the next part of the tour. This is called the Grand Gallery. Now apparently what happens is they've had bands perform here right on this part right here, the little stage, the national stage right here, if you want to call it that. They've had science speakers and movie scenes actually perform right here. So yes, this is a natural concert hall, if you want to call it that. Now if you look up there, this is kind of like the acoustics are formed by the ceiling is right there. So that's basically what's happening right here. So it looks almost like a church or concert hall. Okay, that's that part. Hi everybody, here we are at the grotto part of the cave. Now this is the part that's more moist than the upper part of the cave. As you can hear, there's a lot of water seeping out from the top. Let's take some time to listen to this. See, that's what happened. Now as I mentioned earlier, it takes 100 years for a stalactite of 1 centimeter to form. And that's what's happening here. Obviously, the water seeping down is helping the cause. Now, if you look over there, here's a few formation stalactites right there. You can see the water's dripping down right there. Some of it's actually going to slow down and form stalactites over time. And if you look at the top of the ceiling right there, we get something called soda straws. That's the one that formed exactly what it says, like soda straws. That's pretty cool right there. Now, if you look behind you, look at the cave back there. It's got some really interesting formations of minerals and maybe stalactites back there. Look at that. Okay, now, if you look down there, that's where you have a little pond, but don't swim there until it's very, very cold. That's where all the water accumulates. Now, if you look down here, you have some rimstone dams. Those are the little ridges that form right there. And I guess they call them dams because they kind of look like dams. Okay, so that's that part of the tour. Hi everybody, here in the next part of the cave. Now I'm going to show you a fossil. There's a crinoid fossil. Here it is right here. It's basically like a starfish on a stick. Now in the organism, the platelets were connected together by a ligament, and they stacked up on top of each other. And when the organism died, they fell apart, and they just resulted in this formation right here, the crinoid fossil. Okay, so you can see this is a very caved in part of the cave here, but hey, we had to show you this anyways. Apparently this is 350 million years old. There you go. Hi everybody, here we are on the last part inside the cave. Now, they call it the rat's nest caves for a reason, because of the bushy-tailed wood rat. There are a few nests in this cave. This is a very big one right here. Look at it right here. Now, apparently there's a rat in here called Chewy that lives in here. We actually saw him earlier, but if we don't see him in this video, don't feel bad, because it's kind of hard to see him. He comes out whenever he pleases, so yeah, we're seeing him maybe there. That's kind of really to hang around, but he kind of backed away when he saw these humans here. But anyways, there's the rat's nest right there. Hi everybody, here we are at the end of the cave tour. It's pretty tiring, but it's well worth it. I'm going to slide down right now. Don't get rope burn. Oh, there we go. That was it. Okay. Now we made it to the bottom of this slide. Here we go. Right now I'm going to introduce the wonderful tour guide named Brian. How are you today?
Doing awesome. Yeah,
Okay,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so how about you tell us about yourself? How long have you worked for the company? How long has the company been in business, and how many tours like this do you do a day?
Well, I've been here for about a year. Company's been in business for 25 years, and I do one a day, about 5 days a week.
Oh, okay. Do they offer any in the afternoon at all?
Yeah, we're pretty flexible on the time.
Okay, there you go. So you should come by and join this cave tour company and get this wonderful tour guide. You will not be disappointed. There you go.